Here we are. PK here. With another out of the box. Don't forget, living out of the box. We want to think for ourselves, do our own research. Listen to me, don't listen to me. I'm going to give you with the reality of 35 years. Listen, I wanted to do this video because the market volatility is picking up, and this is a very popular thing, looking at technical analysis. So the name of the show is, what I want to talk about is, what is the problem with TNA? No, not TNA, what I'm talking about. Technical analysis. TNA is something else that we know. When I mean technical analysis, I'm not the patterns. Things that you must draw with your hand, the ruler, this and that. That to me, the overall thing is too subjective. People don't draw them differently. I don't feel it really gives any value. You'll see them in all the examples in all the books, and you think this is important. You know, I'll give an example. A couple examples. Here, look at this. Look at the low-tech I am. That's what happens when you're old. Not like you. I can't make a high-tech video, but who cares? I'm going to tell you something that's useful. Look at this. A double top. Now, is this a double top? It looks like a double top to me. Well, what about this? It could be a double top. What about this? Is that a double top? It could, vice versa. It could be a double, if you flip it around for a bottom. And this is what I'm talking about, Oh, I saw a double top. Of course, the market went down. I sold it up there. So, again, these things are subjective. So I don't really find them, there are all these visual patterns, but I don't think they really can help you. This is my personal opinion. Let me give you another one. Two, actually. I'm not going to give them all. How about this? A flag. I have flag formation. How could the consolidation? That means when it going down here, it breaks here, it's going to explode up. How many times have you seen this picture in the books or on these websites, trading schools? To me, it's after the fact, and not only that, everyone's they're going to draw them differently. This is another one of these classic patterns that I never follow. I don't draw nothing. And the other thing is we see, which is like this, is that channel. It's down. Where is it? Down here. We sell it up here or buy it down here. Look at working this perfect channel. I've seen so many. I'm sure many of you draw these lines or see these in books. Draw the channel again. Draw the trend lines. But I'm telling you, let's say we want to do a silver chart. I don't care what time frame. We'll just talk about the daily. You have 10 people draw those trend lines, and they're going to all draw them differently. They'll also be up, but still, there's no value because it's too subjective. And the last thing, which is funny to me, is another classic pattern, the last one, remember, some patterns that you draw that are not 100% defined. This, you know what this is? A cup and handle. But this is for coffee or tea. This is not for trading. But boy, do they say, this is a classic formation, and it goes here, it breaks here, and the cup it forms all these things. Listen, we know the trading, the technical analysis, looking at the charts, it is a very visual thing. Look, maybe you have this skill. Maybe you see something and it can help you on these patterns. Look, me personally, I like these double top patterns, but there's no predictive value for these things, but that's the only one, but I don't draw it. What I said, whether it's this one, I'm willing, if I believe in the direction, I think it's about this more important. That's the only one maybe I'll take. Do you say, PK, do you ever draw trend lines? It's funny. I'll find myself drawing those trend lines on the computer. Even me, all these years, saying, this is about, just Who knows why? I think out of habit from drawing them. Remember when I started, there was none of this on the computer. We had a chart book, and every day we had to fill in the chart and draw these lines, and it's forming this pattern. And nothing like it's been for years now. It's changed everything. So I think it's a problem. I don't think these things help you, and I wouldn't spend. You could buy 1 million books, and they really do a great job explaining these things. But for me, remember, it's my opinion. I don't find any value. I don't think these things will help you pick them any better because it's too subjective. Everyone will draw these lines differently and say, okay, PK, what the heck do you like? I did a video on technical analysis. What do you like? I do like a couple patterns. I'm going to tell them to you. You know why? I like them because they're crystal clear. There's nothing subjective about it. It's more like 2 + 2 = 4. It's not, maybe, like all these other things, these little examples. And what those patterns are, I talked about it in one of my other TA videos. I like reversals. I like key reversals. And you can look all these things up and see perfect examples. And I like gaps, up or down. And I want to stress, I'll say it over and over to you, I don't believe technical analysis of any of these strings, these three patterns, I do love them. They do not forecast the future for me. Because we had a reversal or a gap down, then we're going to slam it, or vice versa, it's a gap up. I find it as a great tool of how to get in. And this is what I use technical analysis for, as I talked about in the other video, and this is just how I look at it. As again, remember, we're not dealing with a science project here. I jokingly call it, and this is more like there's a feel to it. It's very visual looking at the charts. It's like playing guitar. I have a guitar in the back. I was singing and playing in a band. This way, yes, you can learn. I was a very good guitar player. Was I great? No. Was I a great singer? No, but I took lessons. You can learn, and I feel the same with the trading. I might even do a whole video. I did mention, can trading be taught? I think I talked about this slightly. I touched this subject, but not the way it's typically taught. I did a video on that trading can be taught, but it's the same thing. Some of us just have, regarding chart reading, this to me is more of an art form. It really is. Even with my 3 patterns that everyone can see, the reason I like the 3 things, the reversal, key reversal, the gaps, it's crystal clear and everybody can see them. And I'm talking about, I use these on the daily charts. Forget about day trading. These things don't have the meaning. Because most of the world traders, they're not day trading. This is a smaller community. So they don't have the punch, the power to them that when they do work. And when they work, these things really can work. And when they don't work, which is half the time, it's like any other trade. Again, you have to know how to handle yourself. Don't forget that trading is about how to handle the losers. It's not about picking the winners or which stock to pick. It's all about this. So anyway, I wanted just to give you some of these tips because as the market becomes more volatile, I think these things can help you because as I mentioned so many times, I always wish someone would help me and give me some of these tips. No one told me. I'm self-taught. I learned the hard way, the school of hard knocks. And you can say, PK, it's better, but I burned a lot of time. Don't forget, I'm 62. And I've made most of my success in my trading, really in the last 10, I got back in this game in 2007 with TradeStation and shortened the time frame from 1 to 4 days. But the point is, it's always great to get some valuable tips, I think, that you can apply now. The problem I have when, all these financial sites, well, even if they're focused on e-mini day trading, this and that, long-term or swing trading, there's so many forums. I'm sure many of you are members or follow these things, is that they're not really giving you, I don't think, they're just saying, hey, I bought it here, I bought the stop here, look at this perfect formation, just look for this and this and this, and you can execute this trade, or I did this trade today. I'm trying to make it really crystal clear and as simple as possible. PK's only problem is he doesn't know when to shut up. He just rambles on and rambles on and rambles on, but at least I'm giving you something that you can use. You can cut out my chatter, but write down the main points, and that's it. And you'll see for yourself. Hopefully you'll find out for yourself. And remember, I'm not selling anything. I don't have a newsletter. And most of these people have these sites and financial sites. They give an incredible history of why the currency is going to collapse and why it should go up, and inflation, hyperinflation. I don't have to tell you. But the thing is, at the end of the day, you sit back, you say, well, okay, I learned something, but who cares? What did you learn? You learn how to make any money? How are you going to apply that today? And the thing about it, too, I noticed, I listened to some of the very popular people who got tremendous followings. I mean, it's unbelievable. But to me, after a while, how many times can they tell you that gold and silver is going up? Stack up on the metals. Or the dollar's going to crash. Or the stock market's going to crash. Or Bitcoin's going to 300,000. But it's amazing. Day after day after day, they're giving you all sorts of theories. And I don't think these things can help you, become a trader. Whether you're short-term, long-term, whatever type of you want to be, this is really what my purpose is. So, look, gone long enough, rambled on, showed some, look, I mean, what horrible production. Look at this. This is what we're doing. Who cares? I told you, you can watch the video and hopefully you learn. Again, if you have any questions, I'll answer them. I really will. Because it makes me feel good to know that I'm doing something helpful. Because I wished that someone had taught me when I was 22, 23, 26. I burned so much time. Look at me, I'm bald. You see me. Let me tell you one last thing. You trade long enough, and I mean trader. I don't mean long-term investor. Buying your stocks, your index fund, or you're stacking your coins, whatever it may be, and let it sitting there for 5-10 years. You understand what I mean? You become a trader, don't forget, you're going to start losing sleep eventually. And number two, you just become crazy. And this is why it's good to have a couple friends, at least you can talk with. Because you just become, and believe me, you think, oh, it's great if you can make money. That's what matters, it's true. But then you can't talk about it really with anybody, except your spouse or your wife, your boyfriend, whatever it may be. And even then, they could care less. All they want to know is, hey, let's go out and do something, which is really the bottom line. But it is, I want to say this, trade, okay. Trade my bathing suit, stay home. You can say, you're living a dream. Well, yeah, am I? Well, I guess it's better than getting in the car and driving an hour. I've done it. I've had some jobs in my lifetime when I was younger. I hated it. Horrible. I get it. It does give me the freedom. It's now with the last, since 2000, early 2000s, the last 20 years, why do you think I've been able to live all over the world? Because of the technology. It allows me to work at home. It allows all of us to work at home. Now this past year, we were forced to work at home if you can work. So, and these are all great things. Who doesn't want to work at home? But I want to tell you, it's still work. The whole thing is you got to love what you do. Enjoy this work. See, there we go. PK doesn't know when to shut up. So I'm going to end it right now. This is PK with Out of the Box. And as you know, Don't forget, always live out of the box and think for yourself. Ciao, everybody.